The time is 9 o'clock, and you're listening to CHMA 106.9 FM in Sackville, New Brunswick.
And now it's time for your CHMA News. We're broadcasting from Sackville, New Brunswick, the heart of the Maritimes and the traditional and unceded lands of the Mi'kmaq people. Coming up in the next 15 minutes, we'll have your local news, Atlantic update, weather, sports update, and some community announcements.
It's coming into sharper focus, but so are the unanswered questions. But first, if you hadn't heard, Mount Allison University in Sackville remains closed today, as it was on Wednesday and Tuesday after what officials describe as a concerning message found on campus Monday. In a statement, the university says it contacted RCMP immediately and increased security patrols across campus. Classes and activities had been cancelled, though residences and dining services remained open. New Brunswick RCMP spokesperson Corporal Hans Ouellette says police investigated and found no indication of an ongoing threat. The university says it is prioritizing safety and will provide updates to students and staff as the week continues. The closure affects not only campus operations, but also businesses and services in the surrounding Sackville community. Unverified reports circulating locally on Facebook suggest the message found concerned a statement around owning a gun with the date February 11th inscribed as well. And nominations are now open for Tantramar Volunteer Recognition Night. The municipality of Tantramar is accepting nominations for its 4th annual Volunteer Recognition Night. The awards honor residents who have demonstrated long-standing dedication to community service across Tantramar, including Sackville, Dorchester, and surrounding areas. Residents can submit nominations online through the municipal website. The event recognizes contributions in multiple volunteer categories, and it highlights the role volunteers play in strengthening local programs and organizations. Nomination deadlines and award details are available on the tantramarnb.com website. And let's talk about the EUB hearings. Over 3 days of hearings, the New Brunswick Energy and Utilities Board has been examining whether NB Power needs 400 megawatts of new gas-fired generation under its RIGS proposal. Day 1 focused on urgency. NB Power argued the province faces an immediate shortfall as early as 2028, driven by load growth and retiring assets. The utility framed the 400 megawatts as necessary insurance to maintain reliability. Interveners began challenging that framing almost immediately, asking whether smaller combined measures could address the gap instead of one large thermal project. Brad Cody is a chief commercial officer at NB Power. He said the utility chose to pursue a single major project rather than combine multiple smaller measures. On day 2, questions around the plant turned to cost. Under questioning, NB Power acknowledged the long-term revenue requirement associated with the project would reach into the billions over a 25-year term. While executives declined to provide detailed annual figures on the record, the scale of the financial exposure became clear. When pressed by public intervener J.M. Alain Chiasson about multiplying annual revenue requirements over 25 years, Cody agreed that it would be about $3.5 billion. On day 3, the hearing moved into details behind the 400 megawatt figure itself. It became clear that the 400 megawatts is not just about addressing load growth. Demand projections show a median increase closer to 130 megawatts, with higher scenarios reaching around 200. The rest of that 400 comes from what NB Power calls layered risks, which include wind variabilities, operational reserve requirements, expiring power purchase agreements, hydro uncertainty at Mactaquac, and upcoming retirements. Individually, those factors are smaller. Stacked together, NB Power argues that approaches the 400 megawatt need. Interveners questioned whether some of those risks are being conservatively layered and whether reserve margin calculations may be closer to the threshold than originally presented. No clear answer was determined there. Another key distinction emerged between planning reserve, the long-term reliability standard, and operational reserve, which reflects real-time system stability. NB Power argued that even if planning margins appear close, operational needs still justify the firm capacity. Of course, battery storage was discussed. While storage can provide a significant capacity value, NB Power maintained that it cannot fully replace firm thermal generation for the reliability purposes behind this project. So after 3 days, the central issue remains, is the 400 megawatts a necessary reliability buffer or just a precautionary stack of manageable risks? The hearings continue. I'm Clinton Davis with your local CHMA News here in Tantramar.
Hey everyone, I'm Diego and you're listening to CHMA.
And here is your CHMA Atlantic update for Thursday, February 12th. The minimum wage in New Brunswick is increasing to $15.90 per hour on April 1st. That's a 25-cent increase from the current rate of $15.65. The provincial government says 5% of all employees in New Brunswick were paid the minimum wage last year. Figures from the Retail Council of Canada show New Brunswick had the third lowest minimum wage in the country as of October 1st, ahead of Alberta and Saskatchewan. A major bridge spanning the Miramichi River in northeastern New Brunswick will be closed for repairs for 8 months as of April 1st. The 59-year-old Centennial Bridge needs new decks on its north and south approach spans, which will require another 8-month closure as of April 1st of next year. Transport Minister Chuck Kaison confirmed yesterday the province had awarded a contract for the next phase of the project, which has been on hold for years. The 1.1-kilometer-long bridge is a focal point in the city of Miramichi, which includes Newcastle and Chatham, two former towns on opposite sides of the river. PEI's new premier plans to shuffle his cabinet later today. Rob Lance was sworn in as premier earlier this week after winning the leadership of the ruling Progressive Conservative Party. A ceremony to swear in the new members of cabinet is planned for this afternoon at Government House. Halifax police are investigating after a woman was found dead in a tent in a homeless encampment site on Barrington Street. The Nova Scotia Medical Examiner Service is conducting an autopsy to determine the cause of death, but says it is not suspicious. Police say the investigation is in the early stages. Nova Scotia Premier Tim Houston is set to address offshore wind investors at an international conference in New York today. Houston will be a keynote speaker at the Offshore Wind and Ocean Renewables event. The province says Houston is expected to promote investment opportunities, suggesting Nova Scotia has the potential to generate more than 60 gigawatts of offshore wind energy. Houston's government says it's aiming to make the province an quote-unquote energy superpower. Wildlife officials in Newfoundland are set to survey the province's caribou over the coming weeks. Provincial officials with the Department of Forestry will be conducting caribou surveys from the air in Cape Shore, the Avalon Wilderness Reserve, Burin Peninsula, and the Gander region. The province says some of the animals will be marked with temporary paint, but it does not impact the caribou. And that is all for CHMA's Atlantic Update for Thursday, February 12th.
Yeah. Hey, this is Nicole from Colombia, and you're listening to CHMA.
Increíble. ¿Quieres hacerlo en español?
Hágale.
And now the weather. Today, February 12th, a few flurries ending near noon, then mainly cloudy with 30% chance of flurries. Risk of freezing drizzle this morning. Wind northwest 20 kilometers per hour gusting to 40. High of -1. Wind chill near -10. UV index 1 or low. Tonight, mainly cloudy, clearing overnight, wind up to 15 kilometers per hour and a low of -9. Wind chill -6 this evening and -16 overnight. On Friday, February 13th, sunny, wind up to 15 kilometers per hour, high of -2. Wind chill -15 in the morning and -6 in the afternoon. UV index 2 were low. At night, clear, low of -10. And on Saturday, February 14th, sunny, high of 0. Night, cloudy, with 60% chance of flurries, low of -2.
And here's Brian Nielsen with your CHMA Sports Update.
4 games in the NBA last night, seeing the tightest game of the season with a record 39 lead changes and overtime. It was the Indiana Pacers outlasting the New York Knicks 137-134 in Madison Square Garden. Houston Rockets defeat the visiting Los Angeles Clippers at home, 102-95. Phoenix with a 120-111 victory over the Dallas Mavericks. And finally, it was the San Antonio Spurs all over the shorthanded Los Angeles Lakers, 136-108. Turning our attention to the Olympics, and particularly the men's and women's hockey teams. Yesterday, the women suffer a 5-0 loss to the American squad, meaning that the most likely that Canada and U.S. will meet up in the final of the gold medal match at the end of the preliminary rounds, and Canada will be hoping at that time, should the game happen, to snap a 7-game losing streak to the United States. Men's team, they start their tournament tomorrow morning, taking on CHMA, and the rest of the squads vying for Olympic gold begin today.
And that's Brian Nielsen with your CHMA Sports Update. Please be sure to check out Brian's show on Mondays at 8:30 a.m. for more sports commentary.
Welcome back, folks, to the second half of the morning show with your host, Silene. Before we jump into some more tunes, I thought of leaving you guys off with some exciting events to look forward to later this week. The Tantramar Heritage Trust, in partnership with the Municipality of Tantramar, is presenting a screening of the 1979 film Sandance and a talk by filmmaker Janet Crawford on Saturday, February 14th at 2 p.m. in Council Chambers at Tantramar Town Hall in Sackville, New Brunswick. In 1979, 3 women artists spent many hours exploring and interpreting the molding shop of the Enterprise Foundry through different art forms. From that experience, Sackville native Janet Crawford created Sandance, a 9-minute black and white Super 8mm silent film that explores the atmosphere of the workplace and honors the skillful crafting, hard work, and determination of the men of the molding shop. This presentation will be followed by a reception catered by Amy Trenholm. Admission is free and everyone is more than welcome. If you do have any questions about the event, please call 506-536-2541 or email tantramarheritage@gmail.com. Also, folks, this coming Saturday, February 14th, is Ducky's Open Mic Night, where you can perform. Of course, you can have some music performances, poetry, comedy, or whatever you feel like, as long as it's an acoustic performance. It's happening on 14th February and 28th February of this month, where the people are there to play, perform, cheer on friends, or just be a part of a great vibe. It's all about celebrating local talent and good energy. Once again, this event is only for acoustic acts. Also on February 14th is the sweetest little thing, the 27th annual fundraising art auction organized by Owens Art Gallery and Struts Gallery. It's happening at the Owens Art Gallery on Saturday, February 14th at 7 p.m. Every dollar raised goes directly to supporting programming at both of these galleries. At the heart of the event is a silent auction featuring artworks donated by local, regional, and national artists with close connections to the galleries and the community. Also, friends, there's a vendor market at Truman's, which is Truman Blueberry Farms, this Sunday, February 15th, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the train station building. They will have over 20 amazing vendors all in one place, featuring a variety of local handmade goods, unique gifts, tasty treats, and so much more. Also, friends, here's a little message from Vanessa Webb at Amherst Swap Seller Giveaway 2. where Vanessa is hosting Family Day photos at the Sackville Waterfowl Park this Sunday from 3 to 5 p.m. Booked in 20-minute increments, and there'll be 15 minutes of photos. Minimum of 5 edited photos. There's often more that you can get, and it's $45. Bring your family along for some really nice pics. Families of all backgrounds are welcome, big or small, new or old, maid or found. Just do join them for that. But they will all be able to they'll be able to accommodate everything, so please do join them for that. Do message them on Facebook, friends. It's Vanessa Webb, and they're really excited to hear from you. And now, friends, it's time to listen to some more tracks and some extra community events, and then we will wrap up the morning show with a quick goodbye, and of course some shows to look forward to later this evening. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Hadia, and you're listening to CHMA.
Hey folks, if you're looking for something to do on Wednesday evenings, Backtown Trivia is now back with its winter series. The doors open at 5 p.m. and trivia kicks off at 7 p.m. every Wednesday night. So do not miss out and head down with your friends to the Backtown Brewing Company.
In conjunction with Marshview Middle School, join for a once-a-week after-school homework help program focused on numeracy and literacy. The program will support students with completing homework, provide extra practice sheets or activities, and create a relaxed, supportive space to learn. The program runs Thursdays from 3 to 5 p.m. at Bill Johnstone, starting February 5th and running until April 2nd. Excluding February 19th and March 5th. Registration is open at www.tantramarnb.com/programs.
And that was your CHMA News. Please visit www.chmafm.com for more news and to sign up for our email newsletter. Funding is provided by our monthly sustainers, the Community Radio Fund of Canada, and the Municipality of Tantramara's Community Development Grant. If you have a story idea or would like to include an announcement, please write us at news@chmafm.com.
Hi, I'm Emma.
And I'm Darcy.
Make sure to listen to our show, Finding Film, every Friday night at 7 p.m.
here at CHMA 106.9 FM.
in Sackville, New Brunswick.
DMBF by Eliza Niemi was the song you just heard here, folks, on the morning show. Sadly, friends, we are coming to the end of the morning show. I wanted just to leave you guys off with some lovely tracks. It's still a beautiful day out. We are expecting a bit of flurries, and it is going to get warmer later in the day. So I highly encourage you all to go out for a nice walk. We'll be expecting some sun tomorrow and the day after. So I am all ready, extremely ready for it. But yes, friends, that's a little something that I wanted to share with you. We do have some really nice programming lined up in the evening later during the day, so please continue tuning in to 106.9 FM. If you missed out on any news, weather or sports updates, you can check it out either for my show at 12 o'clock or you can do so at 5 p.m. at the top of the hour at 5 o'clock for Live at 5 with Maya Noel. So please tune in at that time as well, friends. Stay safe, take care of yourself. Please stay warm, have warm food, spend a lot of lovely time with your loved ones. Of course, it's Valentine's week, so I hope you have something special planned. Stay safe, friends, and I'll be back with you for the noon show, here only on CHMA.
Place where there's music and there's laughter. I don't know if I'm scared of dying, but I'm scared of living too fast, too slow. Regret, remorse, hold on. No, I've gotta go. There's no starting over, no new beginnings. Time raises on. Just gotta keep on keeping on. Gotta keep on going, looking straight out on the road. Can't worry about what's behind you, what's coming for you further up the road. Try not to hold on to what is gone. I try to do right what is wrong. I try to keep on keeping on. Yeah, I just keep on keeping on. I hear a voice calling out for me. These shackles I made in an attempt to be free. Be it for ease, be it for love. I won't take the easy road. I've woken up in a hotel room. My worries as big as the moon. Having no idea what or where I am. Something good comes with the bad. The song's never just sad. There's hope, there's a silver lining. Show me my silver lining. Show me my silver lining. I hear a voice calling out for me. These shackles I made in an attempt to be free. Be it for ease, be it for love. I won't take the easy road. I won't take the easy road, the easy road, the easy road. Oh, I won't take the easy road, the easy road, the easy road. Show me my silver lining. I try to keep on keeping on. Show me my silver lining. I try to keep on keeping on. Show me my silver lining. I try to keep on keeping on. Show me my silver lining. I try to keep on keeping on.
Hey, this is Pallavi Saha from India, and you're listening to CHMA.
So